people wake up and immediately reach for their phones, drowning in notifications and noise before they've even taken a breath. But what if your morning could become your greatest weapon? A sacred window of time that shapes your entire day, not by chance, but by choice. This isn't about perfection. It's about practice. The kind that centers you, strengthens your mindset, and builds resilience before the world even has a chance to knock. In this journey, we explore 10 powerful morning actions, not just for productivity, but for presence, purpose, and peace. The first thing you need to do in the morning: waking early and practicing gratitude. There is something sacred about the early morning hours. Before the noise begins, before the world starts demanding your attention, pulling at your focus, and stirring your emotions, there is stillness. And within that stillness, there is power. The kind of power that doesn't shout, but instead whispers to those who are awake and listening. Choosing to rise early is not just a matter of discipline, it's a statement. It's a decision to own your time rather than be owned by it. This first hour can shape the next 23. When you claim your morning, you reclaim your life. Waking early is not merely about setting an alarm. It's about making space for thought, for clarity, and for intention. While the world sleeps, you wake not just to get ahead, but to align yourself with who you want to be. The silence allows for a deep connection with your thoughts, your values, and your purpose. It's in those early hours that the distractions of the day haven't yet clouded your mind. There's no email, no traffic, no noise, just you and the quiet possibility of the day ahead. But rising early alone isn't enough. What you do with that time defines whether it becomes a ritual or just an early start. And the most powerful way to begin is with gratitude. In a culture that constantly reminds us of what we lack, gratitude flips the script. It anchors us in what we already have. It humbles the ego and opens the heart. When you start your day by recognizing the good that already exists in your life, your breath, your health, your loved ones, your opportunities, you disarm anxiety. You stop chasing and begin appreciating. Gratitude doesn't have to be grand. It doesn't require a journal or an audience. It's as simple as a moment, a pause, a breath, a quiet thank you whispered into the morning. The mind, freshly awakened, absorbs this perspective deeply. And from this place of appreciation, you make decisions differently. You walk into challenges more grounded. You speak to others with more patience. You carry yourself with more steadiness. Combining early rising with gratitude creates a powerful foundation. One gives you the time, the other gives you the mindset. Together, they form the emotional armor needed for a chaotic world. Because let's be honest, life is unpredictable. Challenges will come, some small, some crushing. But when you begin your day from a place of control and contentment, you are better equipped to meet them. Not reactively, but intentionally. It's also worth noting that these practices are not about perfection. There will be days when you sleep in, mornings when your mind feels too heavy to find anything to be thankful for. That's okay. The point isn't to master every morning, but to keep returning to it, again and again. The power is in the return. The decision to try to recommit, even when it's hard. That is where the real strength lies. People often chase routines looking for productivity hacks. But a stoic morning isn't about squeezing more out of your day. It's about becoming more aligned with yourself. It's not about doing more, it's about being more present, more resilient, more aware, and that begins not with the external world, but with how you enter it. So tomorrow morning, when the alarm goes off and your body begs for another hour of sleep, pause. Ask yourself, what am I waking up for? Who do I want to be today? And when your feet touch the ground, take a moment to give thanks. For the breath in your lungs, for the chance to try again, for the quiet strength that lives within you, waiting to be summoned, not through noise or chaos, but through stillness and awareness. The morning is a doorway. Step through it deliberately. The second thing you need to do in the morning: visualizing the day ahead and reading with intention. There is a kind of quiet wisdom in preparing for the day before it begins. Not in a rushed checklist sort of way, but through mindful reflection, by giving yourself a few moments to simply think. As the world begins to stir and the light gradually spreads through your window, there is an opportunity to step into your day with clarity rather than chaos. Too often, we wake up and immediately get pulled into the current emails, notifications, obligations. But what if the first direction you took was inward? Before the demands of life reach you, you can take a moment to reach toward your own purpose. Visualizing your day is a powerful practice not to control every outcome, but to mentally prepare for how you will respond to whatever comes. This isn't about predicting events or scheduling every minute. It's about stepping into the day with awareness. Think about what you might face: a difficult conversation, a tedious task, a moment that may test your patience. By mentally walking through those situations in advance, you reduce their power to shake you. You don't enter them blindly, you arrive already grounded. Visualization is like a dress rehearsal for your character. You picture yourself acting with patience when you're tempted to be reactive. You imagine speaking with kindness when irritation wants to take over. You see yourself staying focused when distractions try to pull you in. When the real moment arrives, your mind has already been there. You're not just reacting, you're responding with intention. And this practice also gives you a moment to reflect on your role in the day ahead. Are you showing up just to get through it, or are you showing up to live deliberately? By simply taking a few minutes in the morning to see your day, not just in terms of what you have to do, but who you want to be in the doing, you create a kind of inner script. One that aligns with your values, not just your calendar. Next habit, reading with intention. Once you visualize your day, your mind is more open. It's clear, receptive, ready to be shaped. And this is the perfect time to feed it something that reminds you of who you are and what matters most. Reading a short passage, a timeless idea, a deep truth, it's like taking a compass reading before you begin your journey. In a world that constantly offers noise, the morning is your chance to choose signal, but not just any reading. The goal isn't to consume information, it's to connect with wisdom. Choose something that challenges your thinking, that slows you down instead of speeds you up. Just a few lines that cause you to pause and reflect can shift the entire energy of your morning. The power of these words isn't just in understanding them, it's in carrying them with you. Let them echo quietly in the background of your mind as you move through the day. This kind of intentional reading grounds you. It reminds you that while the world may be full of opinions, expectations, and constant movement, you have a deeper foundation to stand on. Wisdom doesn't age. The same truths that helped people centuries ago still apply today. We all face uncertainty, discomfort, temptation, and ego, and yet there is always a better way to meet those forces with calm, with restraint, with strength. Reading something meaningful in the morning sets the tone. It shifts your mind away from urgency and toward perspective. You begin to realize that most things are not as serious as they seem, that you have a choice in how you interpret events, that your inner life can be peaceful even when your outer life is not. These aren't just ideas to admire, they are tools, and the morning is when you sharpen them. You don't need to spend hours doing this. Even 5 minutes with the right words can create a ripple that lasts the whole day. What matters is not quantity, but depth. Read slowly. Pause. Let the words reach you. Ask yourself, how does this apply to my life right now? Where am I falling short of these truths? Where am I aligned with them? This turns reading into a mirror, not just a window. And maybe after that reflection, you write something down. A sentence, a thought, a commitment. Now the words are not just someone else's, they've become yours. They've taken root. And as you walk into your day, you carry a reminder that you've already chosen how you want to live. Not perfectly, not without struggle, but with awareness. Together, visualization and intentional reading form a morning ritual that steadies the mind and centers the spirit. You begin the day not from distraction, but from alignment. You step forward not hoping for peace, but bringing it with you. The fourth thing you need to do in the morning: journaling and embracing physical challenges. Journaling is one of those practices that seems deceptively simple, yet it holds immense power. In the quiet of the morning, when the world is still and your thoughts are fresh, writing down what's on your mind serves as both a mirror and a release. It allows you to sift through your emotions, desires, fears, and intentions. The act of writing brings clarity, making abstract feelings concrete. By putting pen to paper, you confront your thoughts head-on instead of letting them swirl endlessly in your mind. In Stoicism, the practice of journaling is deeply connected to self-reflection. It's not about writing for an audience, but for yourself. What did you learn yesterday? What did you struggle with? What went well, and where did you fall short? The beauty of this practice is that it allows for an honest self-assessment without judgment. You get to see yourself truly, and in this you find growth. With each entry, you map your journey not in the abstract, but in the tangible words that you write. You look at where you've been and decide where you want to go. But journaling doesn't stop at reflection. It is also an opportunity to set intentions. It's a chance to plan your day with purpose. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to feel? How do you want to respond to challenges? By writing down these thoughts, you create a roadmap for your day, but more importantly, you give yourself a sense of direction. You're not just moving through the motions, you're moving with intention, aware of the path you've chosen. Next habit, embracing physical challenges. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that the body is an instrument that must be trained and disciplined just like the mind. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen both is by embracing discomfort. A cold shower, a challenging workout, or even something as simple as stretching, these physical challenges serve as reminders that growth requires discomfort. We live in a world where comfort is king, but true strength, both mental and physical, is forged when we push against our natural desire for ease. Taking a cold shower first thing in the morning, for example, is not about punishment. It's about proving to yourself that you can endure discomfort, that you can step into your day with a mindset that whatever challenges arise, you will face them. The cold shock of the water is an immediate wake-up call, not just for the body, but for the mind. It helps you embrace the discomforts that will inevitably show up throughout the day. By starting with a small, manageable discomfort, you train yourself to handle larger ones with calm and resolve. Physical challenges also teach resilience. Every time you push yourself, whether it's in a workout or a simple stretching routine, you build a mental fortitude to keep going when things get hard. It's easy to quit when things are comfortable, but it's the moments of physical challenge, when you feel like you can't take another step or lift one more weight, that you discover your true strength. The body's limits become a metaphor for the mind's potential. When you push through the physical discomfort, you learn how much more you're capable of, and this lesson carries over into every aspect of your life. By incorporating physical challenges into your morning routine, you set a tone of endurance and strength. You prove to yourself, first thing, that you can face discomfort and emerge stronger for it. This mindset will carry you through the rest of the day with greater ease, as you meet emotional and mental challenges with the same resolve you bring to your physical practice. The sixth thing you need to do in the morning: affirmations and meditation. Affirmations are often seen as a way to trick the mind into believing something, but in Stoic practice, affirmations are much deeper. They are intentional statements that align your mind with your true values and goals. When you begin your day, take a moment to remind yourself of who you are and what you stand for. In a world full of distractions and external pressures, affirmations serve as anchors, drawing you back to your core beliefs. It's easy to get lost in the noise of everyday life. People tell us who we should be, what we should value, and how we should act. But your affirmation, done with sincerity, helps remind you that your path is your own. It's not about chasing someone else's dream, but about becoming the best version of yourself. By repeating these affirmations, you reinforce what is important to you. You reinforce your commitment to stay true to your values. For example, an affirmation might be simple: I will approach today with calm and resilience, or I will be patient and mindful with my actions. These statements might seem small, but they are powerful. They act as a shield against life's distractions. As you repeat them, you solidify the mindset you want to carry with you throughout the day. Affirmations also help reframe the challenges that may arise. Instead of seeing difficulty as an obstacle, affirmations help you frame them as opportunities for growth. When challenges come, I will remain calm and focused, or every difficulty is an opportunity to grow stronger. By focusing on these affirmations, you start the day with a mindset that invites resilience rather than resistance. Next habit, meditation. Meditation, like affirmations, is a practice of stillness, but it goes even deeper. It's not just about guiding your thoughts with positive statements, it's about creating a space for silence and clarity. In a world that bombards us with information, meditation offers a much-needed reprieve. It allows you to disconnect from the constant chatter and reconnect with your inner self. The Stoics believe that our mind must be trained to be calm and centered, and meditation is a tool for this. It's the practice of sitting in silence, observing your thoughts without judgment, and allowing them to pass without getting attached to them. Meditation teaches you to observe your inner world, rather than react to it. It creates a space between stimulus and response, allowing you to respond thoughtfully, rather than impulsively. Incorporating meditation into your morning routine doesn't require hours of practice. Even 5 or 10 minutes of mindfulness can set the tone for the rest of your day. It's about creating mental space. As you sit in silence, focus on your breath, or simply let go of your thoughts, you create clarity and calm. This inner stillness is not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. You are not controlled by your thoughts. You are the observer of them. Meditation can also deepen your connection to the present moment. It's easy to get caught in the past or worry about the future, but meditation brings you back to the here and now. It reminds you that the only moment you truly have is the present one. And it's in this present moment that you have the power to choose how you will act. Both affirmations and meditation, when practiced regularly, help cultivate a state of peace and intentionality. You start your day grounded and centered, and no matter what the world throws at you, you remain clear and focused. The ability to calm your mind and affirm your values is a gift you give yourself every morning. In these moments of stillness, you connect with the strength and wisdom that lies within you. The 8th thing you need to do in the morning: setting intentions and reaffirming values. As you continue with your morning routine, there's one powerful habit left to incorporate: setting intentions for the day. Setting intentions is about more than writing down tasks. It's about aligning your actions with your deeper values. It's easy to get caught in the rush of productivity, focusing on doing more without asking why we're doing it. But true fulfillment comes from being intentional. When you set an intention, you are consciously choosing to direct your energy toward what matters most to you. The beauty of setting intentions is that it gives you purpose. It's about bringing clarity to the day ahead and reflecting on what you want to focus on. Intentions are about presence and direction. For example, you might say, "Today, I will be present in every conversation," or "I will approach challenges with patience and understanding." By framing your day through intention, you're not just responding to life's circumstances, you are proactively creating the mindset you want to carry forward. Intentions can also help you prioritize. In a world where you can do many things, it's easy to forget that you don't have to do everything. Setting an intention helps you focus your energy on what aligns with your values. It prevents you from getting lost in distractions or minor tasks that don't bring you closer to your purpose. Intentions keep you grounded, no matter how chaotic the day may get. Next habit: reaffirming your values. Setting intentions naturally flows into the practice of reaffirming your core values. Every day, it's important to remind yourself of what truly matters, whether it's kindness, integrity, resilience, or something else entirely. In the rush of modern life, it's easy to forget these values, but affirming them daily helps you stay anchored to your true self. This doesn't mean constantly repeating affirmations or making grand declarations. It means taking a moment to reconnect with the principles that guide your actions. How do you want to show up in the world today? What kind of person do you want to be? Reaffirming your values is a reminder that your decisions are a reflection of who you are at your core. For instance, if you value patience, you might remind yourself, "Today, I will act with patience and not let frustration govern my reactions." If you value honesty, you could set an intention to speak truthfully in all your interactions. By reaffirming your values, you ensure that they guide you, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's challenging. Values are your inner compass. They help you navigate through difficulties, making decisions that reflect your true character. And when you live in alignment with your values, you not only create a meaningful life for yourself, but you inspire those around you to do the same. Reaffirming them every morning helps you lead your day with purpose and integrity. One of the most powerful practices in Stoicism is acceptance. It may seem paradoxical in a world that constantly tells us to change, to strive for more, and to improve every moment. Yet true peace doesn't come from fighting reality. Instead, it arises from accepting it as it is. The Stoics didn't teach resignation. They taught the art of accepting what is outside our control and focusing on what we can change. Each day brings its challenges, unexpected obstacles, disappointments, and setbacks. Life doesn't always go according to plan. But acceptance isn't about passivity or surrendering to defeat. It's about understanding that some things are simply beyond your control. Once you accept this, the burden of frustration and anxiety is lifted. You don't have to fight everything that happens. You can choose how you respond. Acceptance gives you the freedom to focus your energy on what you can control, your actions, your thoughts, and your responses. This practice can start small. In the morning when you wake up, take a moment to acknowledge that today will bring a mix of experiences. There will be highs and lows, moments of joy and moments of frustration. But the key is not to resist what comes. Instead, remind yourself that everything good and bad is part of life. When challenges arise throughout the day, remember that your power lies not in controlling external events, but in choosing how to react to them. For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of getting angry and frustrated, you can accept it as part of the experience. Recognize that this moment is outside of your control and focus on how you want to respond. Will you let the frustration dictate your day? Or will you remain calm, understanding that such things happen and that it doesn't need to affect your inner peace? The practice of acceptance allows you to maintain control over your emotional state regardless of external circumstances. In today's world, we are constantly surrounded by distractions. The phone, the notifications, the endless stream of information, these things demand our attention constantly. And while technology can be incredibly useful, it can also erode our focus, disrupt our peace, and pull us away from the present moment. Digital discipline is the practice of reclaiming control over our relationship with technology. It's about using technology as a tool, not allowing it to control you. In the morning, before you check your phone or dive into social media, set boundaries. These first moments of your day should be devoted to yourself, to your mind, and to your spirit. The more you allow yourself to be swept into the digital world first thing, the more you lose the opportunity to set the tone for the day. A quick glance at social media can trigger a flood of emotions, reactions, and comparisons that can pull you away from your center. Instead, dedicate your first moments to intention. Give yourself time to wake up slowly and mindfully without the rush of digital distractions. Use this time to practice stillness, to meditate, to reflect, or to journal. When you do finally reach for your phone or laptop, do so with awareness. Set limits on how much time you spend scrolling or responding to messages. Remember, your time is valuable, and your focus is even more so. The constant flood of information can leave you mentally scattered, while intentional engagement with digital tools can help you stay grounded. Another aspect of digital discipline is setting specific times during the day to check emails or social media. Rather than checking throughout the day, reserve certain moments to address these things. This helps avoid mindless scrolling or constant interruptions, allowing you to work with greater focus. Be intentional about your digital habits and recognize that not every notification or email needs an immediate response. By practicing digital discipline, you are choosing to be in control of your time, rather than being at the mercy of every ping or buzz. By taking control of your digital environment, you reclaim your focus and protect your inner peace. Digital discipline ensures that technology serves your life, not the other way around. When you begin your day with control over how you engage with the digital world, you set the foundation for a day filled with more focus, clarity, and purpose. Self-care is often misunderstood in a world that equates it to luxury or indulgence. In Stoicism, however, self-care is an essential part of the practice. It's not about pampering or escape. It's about taking care of the body and mind to maintain balance, energy, and clarity. The Stoics understood that a well-cared-for body leads to a strong mind and vice versa. To take care of yourself is not a luxury, but a responsibility. In the morning, before diving into your task or challenges, take a few moments to nurture yourself. This might be as simple as stretching, eating a nourishing breakfast, or ensuring that you're hydrated. Your physical state impacts your mental state, and your morning self-care rituals set the tone for the rest of your day. When you give yourself time to care for your body, you honor the vessel that carries you through your day's challenges. Self-care isn't just physical, it's also mental. Taking time to check in with yourself and ensure that you are in a good headspace is just as important. Are you feeling stressed, anxious, or do you feel prepared and clear for the day ahead? It's crucial to acknowledge your emotional and mental state and treat it with the same care you would give your body. Self-care, in this sense, is about creating the conditions for your best self to emerge. You are not just caring for the external you, but also for the internal you. This could mean taking a moment of silence before starting your day or practicing a brief meditation to center yourself. Your mental well-being is just as vital as your physical health. Self-care, therefore, is a holistic practice that ensures you are fully equipped to handle the challenges of the day. Breathing is one of the most fundamental and often overlooked practices in life. It's easy to take it for granted because we do it without thinking. But conscious breathing can be a powerful tool for grounding yourself, relieving stress, and calming your mind. In Stoicism, breath is closely linked to the concept of presence. By focusing on your breath, you bring yourself back to the here and now instead of letting your mind wander into the past or future. To start your day with breath, spend a few minutes focusing on slow, deep inhales and exhales. Pay attention to the rhythm of your breath as it enters and exits your body. This practice can calm your nervous system, helping to reduce any anxiety or tension that might arise as you begin your day. In moments of stress or overwhelm, simply pausing to breathe deeply can help you return to a state of calm. Breathing also serves as an anchor for mindfulness. By focusing on your breath, you create a small but powerful pause in your day. This pause allows you to choose how you will respond to what's happening, rather than reacting automatically. When you breathe consciously, you give yourself the gift of choice. You can choose patience over frustration, calm over chaos, and clarity over confusion. Breathing also reminds you of the simplicity and impermanence of life. The breath flows naturally, no need to force it or control it. In the same way, we don't need to control everything in life. We must learn to breathe through challenges, letting go of the need to manage every detail, and instead trusting that things will unfold as they should. As the morning unfolds and the world begins to stir, you step forward not as someone who is chasing control over everything, but as someone who is grounded in awareness and purpose. Through the rituals of reflection, intention, and self-care, you've prepared not just your body, but your mind and spirit. These habits are not temporary tools. They are the foundation of a life lived with clarity, courage, and calm. The quiet strength you cultivate in the morning is not something that fades when the day becomes chaotic. It becomes your inner compass. The true purpose of this stoic morning practice isn't to make the day perfect. It isn't to guarantee success or to shield you from challenges. It's to prepare you to meet the day as it is with all its uncertainty, pressure, beauty, and discomfort. It's about remembering that peace isn't found by avoiding problems, but by mastering how we respond to them. And that mastery starts with the simple yet powerful rituals you perform each morning, centering practices that shape your inner world before the outer world can influence it. With every breath, every intention, every moment of stillness, you are reinforcing the truth that you are not at the mercy of the external. The Stoics understood that while we cannot control what happens to us, we can always control how we interpret and respond to it. That is the root of freedom. That is the beginning of strength. Your morning has become a sacred space, a space where you return to your values, your purpose, and your power. It reminds you that you are not your thoughts, your fears, or your impulses. You are the one who watches them, who shapes them, who chooses how to act. And that power of choice is what sets you apart. No matter how unpredictable the day ahead may be, you are not entering it blindly. You are stepping into it with clarity and intention. Some days will challenge everything you've practiced. You will forget your morning stillness. You'll lose your patience, skip your meditation, or let distractions pull you off course. That's okay. The path of a Stoic is not about being perfect, it's about returning. Returning again and again to the practices that bring you back to your center. No matter how many times you drift, you can always come back to these foundations. You can always begin again, one breath at a time. Let this be your reminder. Your strength doesn't come from how much you can control, but from how deeply you understand what matters. And that understanding is forged in the quiet moments of the morning before the noise of the world takes over. That's when you build your armor, not made of steel, but of awareness, patience, and virtue. So as you walk into the rest of your day, carry this calm with you. Carry your intention, your values, and your breath. When things get hectic, remember that you've already prepared. You've already chosen who you want to be today. And if things fall apart, you'll begin again tomorrow. The Stoic morning isn't just a routine, it's a lifestyle. It's a commitment to rise with purpose and to walk through life with strength, regardless of what the world throws your way. You are not here to live on autopilot. You are here to live deliberately, so rise with intention, speak with clarity, act with courage, and when the day ends, reflect with honesty, not to judge, but to grow. That is the stoic path.